The video you're about to watch is a preview from one of my fashion design courses available online at Fashion Premier Academy. The other method that we can use to clean finish the edge of a neckline is to use bias binding or bias tape. This is bias tape or bias binding. It comes in different colors, different widths, 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, 3/4, all different kinds of sizes and colors. And what it is a pre-made bias tape. And if I open this tape, you'll notice that it's folded. It's already pre-folded. It's folded in once, twice, and then one more time to create a bias tape. And the neckline, any neckline or any edge of the fabric basically, is sandwiched inside the fold of the bias binding. I have pinned just a few inches of the neckline and pretend that the pin is actually the sewing machine running over the bias tape, so that it's clean on both the outside and the inside, both nice clean finish. Like I said, it comes in different colors and sizes. So here is a 1/4 inch white bias binding on a piece of denim. It looks really nice and clean. And here it is black on black tape on black fabric. I used white thread to show you how it's put on, but if you use black thread, it would look nice and clean and invisible like that. Now, since we're on the subject of finishing necklines, this is piping, and again, it comes already pre-made, and it's like bias binding, but what it is bias binding with a small piece of rope, really, sewn inside, so it creates this this effect. So imagine, for example, this V-neck. If you wanted to use this piping or bias tape in the neckline, it would look like that. You see? It's kind of cool. So basically, what this tape does, it accentuates the neckline, and it's very easy to sew. If this is the outside of the garment, for example, and so let's say this is the outside and this is the facing, okay, this piping, this bias tape is sandwiched in between the body, and the facing. How do we do that? So here we go. So if this, let's say this is the right side of the fabric, you put the right sides together, and this tape, this bias tape, is sandwiched in between the facing and the body, the self. And with one stitch, right, with one stitch, you can sew all three pieces together. The facing, the tape, and the body all in one shot. So imagine the neckline with this accent, whether it's red or black. It's pretty cool in black, all different colors, right? And by the way, this particular tape can also be used, let's say you were doing a princess line, a princess seam, right? Wouldn't that be cool to use it as an accent sandwiched in between a seam, like a princess line, for example. So just keep that in mind for future reference. And going back to our original yoke design, if you wanted to insert this bias piping in between the yoke and the body, you can do that, as well as the neckline. So you can play around, have fun with it. Okay, so we've covered facings and bias binding and bias tape, piping to clean finish the edge of necklines, right? So let's move on. Thank you for watching this video. Check out all the courses available at Fashion Premier Academy by clicking the link below. And be sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell next to it so that you will be notified when I post new videos, which is every week. I'll see you in class.